Hello everybody, Gail here. Welcome to Shabby Cottage Studio. I appreciate you stopping by. I am here today to share in the collaboration that is hosted by Lidia at Raindrop Lila. It's called Inspiration January 2026, and I was very honored to be asked to be a part of this. Now, what Lidia has done is she has provided for the month of January a list of prompts, one prompt each day, and she has invited everyone who would like to follow along using hashtag Inspiration26. And what I have here is a list of the prompt for each day. I am number 19, the index card, the lowly index card, which is not so lowly. And she has also provided some freebies in her Ko-fi shop. I will provide all of the details in the description box below on how to find that information. But the freebies that she's offering is there will be this list of prompts, and then she's also providing a printable with a word of the year page. What I like about this is the fact that you can choose any of these words if you want to use a word of the year. But I also like the idea of these words being able to be cut out and added in a collage or in a journal, however someone would like to use it, on a piece of ephemera. So that's part of the giveaway. I'm sorry, that's part of the freebie. And then she is also in the freebie. I went over to the Ko-fi shop because I wanted to see what the freebie was, so I could kind of at least talk halfway intelligent. It's, which is questionable for me sometimes. But so those were there, and then this is a smaller, these two are smaller versions of what I just showed you, the word of the year printable and then the prompts. There's also some tags, and I think there's another page of tags. So you can hop on over to her Ko-fi and find the freebies that she's provided for this collaboration. She has given us some of her latest digitals to choose from for our part in the collaboration. And the ones that I'm using, that I chose, is her Little Blessings. These are the standard layout background pages, which is like 11 by 8.5. She also, I believe, has a tall version, like if you want to do a tall and skinny journal. So I chose some pieces from that kit. This is the, it says Baby Blues add-on 2. That is part of the Little Blessings package, so it's just an add-on kit. And I chose, I think, 1 or 2 images from that kit. And then her pretty blue backgrounds, which are pretty blue backgrounds. Very pretty, Lidia. These are, I believe what I used is the standard format. She also offers it in the tall format if you want to do a tall and skinny. So I hope I covered all that correctly. And any mistakes, they're strictly my mistakes. Believe me, I'm good at that. So I'm just going to set these aside. What I chose to do, I have a little journal that I've been working on, and this is the journal where I am going to add some index cards, and I just thought I'd show you what I've done or what I'm planning to do. I find that index cards are extremely versatile. They come in different sizes, they come in colors, they come plain, line, gridded, graph. So let me find and And there's just a little flip through of it. I find each page that I'm going to work on. This one I've already, I cut it down to the size I wanted. Actually, maybe not. Hold on. Yes, I did cut it a little. This is the dotted index card, and I did cut this down. I have got two little pieces, two scraps of some Italian book page. And what I thought I would do, I'll sit those there. Lately, I just can't find anything on my desk anymore. I sit it down and I don't even blink, and then it's not there, so I'm worried about myself sometimes. So what I thought I would do is add, am I on camera? A piece there. And a piece down here. And then I have this, it's like a little rosette with a little pearl in the center. And I thought I would add that. Sorry, I think I scooched down a little bit. Just to dress it up a little bit. And then tuck that right in there. The next one, nope, there, okay. This one, let me move these out of the way. This was just to remind me. What I did on this one is, this is, maybe I didn't, I don't know if I mentioned it. This is one of the papers from the kits. All of them that I'm using are from the kits. Okay, for this one, like so many of us, I'm out on YouTube quite a bit looking around. I'm always looking for inspiration, and there's so much to find to be inspired by in this wonderful, wonderful community. And so I was inspired by Linda from Linda's Paperworks. Yes, Linda's Paperworks. I had to check. This is one of the images from Lidia, and I cut it out. I have inked around it, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it in a second. Index card. I cut this down to fit here as a pocket. I'm sorry, maybe if I move my chair up a little bit, I won't scoot down so far. I have a little piece of lace with some trim that I had glued on top of it for something else, so I kept that. And I have a paper clip, and I have a piece of that Italian book page. So what you do is you take a paper clip, excuse me, what you do is you take your paper, and this can be any paper. I just chose book page. It could be anything. It could be a scrap of lace. It could be a scrap of fabric. It could be a scrap of ribbon. It could be anything that you want it to be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put paper clip here. I'm going to take my book page. It's a little long, but I will trim it, and I'm going to slip that under the paper clip. Now you obviously could put the paper down and put the paper clip on, but this is just the way I'm doing it. And then you take this and you fold it to the back to cover paperclip. And I am going to just tear this off. Nobody's going to see it. And then I'm going to glue, let me straighten the paperclip up. There we go. And I'm going to glue around the paperclip the bottom of this paper, because I'm not quite sure where it ends on the card. So I'm just adding lots of glue back here. And then I'm going to fold this down like so. Just kidding, I got an end there, I don't. Okay. Just making sure it's all adhered. So now on the front, I'm going to cut, I want to decorate this. It's like a little cluster, okay? It's like a little cluster with the paperclip under it. And I am going to trim, I'm just deciding which end. I think I'll take that end. Or do I want that end? It's got the little, I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to trim this. And I'm going to glue it to the paper. Now, I did not put any glue under the paper. You don't want to do that. So I'm just gluing the back. And I'm going to put that down like so. This is so easy, guys. Linda, if you ever happen on my page and you see this, this I think is a really great idea, and I should have inked the edge of the book page, but I didn't, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. And then I think I will add a little thumb notch. I usually do bigger ones, but because this is over here, I'm going to do a smaller one. Actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I had to think a minute. And a little ink. There I go again. I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. All right, then I'm going to glue the pocket down. But you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to put a little masking tape I just like to glue it, put some glue on the back, because masking tape dries out. Maybe not right away, but eventually masking tape will dry out. And I just want to, I don't want anything to get caught on this. I didn't really need it that long. Okay. Yeah, I feel better about that. Now I'm going to put the glue on it for the pocket. move that over just a hair. Okay. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I am going to trim this edge just, don't want to do that edge. Edge. Yeah, I'm going to do this edge just a little. Because I didn't like the fact that it's too close to the center. Actually, I'm going to cut it down even some more. That's better. It pulled up some paper from the glue, but you know, I'm going to glue right back over it, so I don't care about that. Okay, let's try this again. That's better. It was too close to the center of the signature, and that's going to take a minute for that to settle down. Okay. And this piece is going to tuck right under there. And now I've got a little added journaling spot. And now my prompt is not paper clips, but I have used a paper clip in my prompt for index card. So basically what you have is a hidden paper clip, and I just think this idea is adorable. You could decorate this in any way that you wanted, and you know, make a bigger one on a bigger pocket. I had to stay small because this is a small journal, small pocket. This pocket, I haven't got tags done yet, because the way I work is I usually go through and get my pockets situated so I know what I've got to work with. But probably, more than likely, one of these beautiful ladies. These are from Sam Poole's, one of her newer kits. These will have to be cut down, but you can see, I just think, I love her. I just love her. In fact, I'm going to cut her down just a bit. Yes, more than likely she's going to be a tag in that pocket. All right, but I will leave these young ladies over here just in case I change my mind. All right, next index card is somewhere, here we go. Nope, not using a paper clip on this one. It was just to mark my place. This one, simple. What I did was I took 2 index cards and I glued them together to give this some sturdiness. I then cut a circle in it. I took it to my die cut machine, and I had just the right circle to cut this out. Now, you wouldn't need a die cut machine to do that. You could easily use anything you can find that is the size of your card, or the size of whatever you might want your cut out to be. You wouldn't even have to do a circle. It could be square or rectangle. But I wanted a circle. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add a piece of lace behind it. And I have this image. This is another one of Sam's. It's called Women in White, is her kit with all the lovely vintage ladies. And if I I want to lay the lace in a particular way, so excuse me a moment while I fiddle. I don't want to cover her pretty face. And I want this down. Okay, this paper's slippery. Okay, that's where I want it. So, rather than pick it all up, before I do anything else, I am going to ink this. I'm just ink the inside of the circle too. Okay. And then I'm just going to now this is going to probably adhere to the paper too, but that's fine. I just want to make sure that I get this where I want it, so if I do this, because I can trim around it, I'll just pull the lace down a little bit. Oh, I hope I didn't bump the camera. Sorry. I hope my head wasn't in the camera. I was leaning forward to make sure I was... Oh, okay. So it didn't adhere it. And that's okay. That's okay. The lace was the important part. Glued to the image would have been a bonus. All right, so let me cut excess off. In fact, no, that's okay. I'm not, I've got myself a little note back here. Okay, I see some just some little pieces I missed. All right, let's try this again. This time, I'm going to put some glue under here. Still got a little piece. I'm just putting some glue under this netting. You may not even be able to see it in the camera, but I'm just putting some glue under the netting and under the bottom of the lace. And then I think I'm going to kind of I'm also going to add a little bit of Fabri-Tac. I don't want to get too close to the edge on the circle, but I want to make sure. Whoops. Just knocked it over. we go. Pick up my glue cap that I knocked over and cap my glue. All right. I guess I didn't need any glue right there. That is the nice thing about Fabri-Tac, is you can usually get it off before it dries too much. Okay. And now I'm going to trim it. And see what I've got. I like that. I think that's pretty. Okay, this is because I had the lace under here. I thought about trimming it, but I was afraid that I was very close to the edge, and I was afraid, knowing the way I cut, that I would cut it too close. So that is going to go there, and I will more than likely come back later and put a label on it, or maybe I've got some of this still left. That's kind of pretty. Actually, I've got two little pieces. I was going to use them on something else. Oh, that's pretty. Again, I think I want to trim. This a little bit. And it's got this nice grid on the back. I can just follow that. Because I can't cut straight, guys. I try. Yes, I just don't want it to interfere, again, like the other pocket. I don't want to interfere with the center of the signature. And I am not going to cut a thumb hole in this. It's got enough holes already. Okay, so let's glue this down. If I can get a hold of this thing. Oh. Just a little ink on the side that I trimmed. This is a small journal. It's only, I think, like, we'll see, it's 1, 2, 3. It's only about 4 1/4 inches wide. That's why these pockets are not large pockets. Okay. And I probably should have put a flange, a gusset on these pockets. I do try to add gussets to my pockets. It's just that I don't know. Sometimes I just forget. Sometimes I just forget. I would like a little bit more ink over here. let's just ink this page. What am I using? I'm using walnut stain on this particular journal. So just adding some of that while I remember, because otherwise I will forget. Okay, so let's see. So this will have a tag in it also. Not that, maybe that. But I will have some kind of tag in that. So anyway, guys, those are my little index cards. 2 pockets and a journal card. And I just love this idea. I love this. You will see me doing more of those in future work. Just to go back through, I've got the journal card, and I have just a little bit more ink. So journal card. And then this pocket, this beautiful young lady who will become a tag. And I will probably put something over here, probably a label or something. I'm sorry I don't have this totally completed exactly how it's going to be, but it is a journal that's a work in progress. So at this point, like I said, I'm putting in pockets is what I'm doing. So they're not, it's just the way I work. I come back later and do the details. Not to say that that won't change someday, but right now that's the way I do it. This is the center of the journal. And just some of the pages. And then here is the pocket that we just did. And then just to show you a few more pages. I love this image. I love all the images, Lydia. They're beautiful. Your kits are always beautiful. I do have a couple pieces of authentic ephemera in the journal, and another one of Lydia's digitals. Another. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure yet. This is the circle that I cut out of the index card, and I stuck it over here because it may become a tuck spot there. I haven't decided yet. And then here is 1/2 of, let me show you this image. I love this image. I had thought about it for the center of my journal, but I ended up putting it in like this. And then this is the rest of it. And when this is eventually done, I will do a flip through. My thanks again to you, Lydia. I'm truly honored. And I hope you all jump in and join the Inspiration January 2026. There are a lot of fun prompts here. In fact, I'm going to keep this sheet to remind me when I'm working on things of the different ideas that I can add to my journals. And I'm going to keep this list of words so that I can add them again to, I might take one of these and add it to one of the pockets that I created. And then don't forget Lydia's Ko-fi shop and the freebies that she's offering for this month-long journey of inspiration. I hope you guys got something out of it, and I hope you're following along. Don't forget, #Inspiration26. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.